Hello everyone, it's Louisa. I know that the past couple of days have been kind of a whirlwind on my channel. I have posted a few videos where they haven't been like my normal videos. They have been unedited and they have been my honest, authentic things. First was a Mickey Loot video, and then the second was talking about Disney box swaps and a negative experience that I had in one. I stand by everything that I said in my Mickey Loot video, and that video is still up and all that jazz, but I did take down the video about swaps because I had someone reach out to me and they brought up legitimate concerns with the video, and I really appreciated them saying those things because I could see where they were coming from, and that is why that video went down. But I also had people reach out to me that were offended by that video for other things, and I have to stick to my guns, and I feel that there were messages in that video that were important to bring up in this community. So that is what I'm going to be talking about in this video, and I would like to say, before I launch into this is going to be about Disney swap boxes, okay? And that kind of experience. So if you're not into Disney swap boxes or anything, that's not your jam, this is not the video for you. I totally get it. Also, if you are completely sick of me, invading your inbox with videos lately, sorry. You don't have to watch this video. If you're sick and tired of my face, you don't have to watch this video. I get it. It's okay if this video only gets like 4 views. It's okay if this video gets 1,000 dislikes. I just feel in my soul and that this is really important to talk about. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. And that's where sometimes box swaps can be a negative experience, okay? Most of the time, Disney box swaps, they are going to be full of joy and happiness. 90% of the time, 95% of the time, okay? That's why I'm involved with Disney box swaps. They make me happy. And I only want to continue making box swaps a positive experience for other Disney YouTubers and for new Disney YouTubers joining this community. But lately, and also maybe since the beginning of box swapping, I don't know when it started. I only became a Disney YouTuber last July of 2020. So I don't know how long it's been going on. Maybe this has been, something that has happened all the time. But I will say that I know a lot of newer Disney YouTubers, and myself now as someone who has been in, several box swaps. We kind of have this anxiety, or, not everyone is going to feel the same way, okay? But we have this anxiety and this anxiousness. I guess that's the same thing as anxiety. What am I saying? We have this anxiety and fear over curating a box for somebody because we are afraid that they won't like it, that it won't meet other people's expectations. And that's, that's an uncomfortable feeling. And we want to make a Disney YouTube community where people feel good and they feel joyful and we can celebrate one another and bring joy to one another. And, that is the goal of the Disney community. And I think we can all agree on that. And if we disagree on that, okay, all right. But I think the problem that happens where people might be disappointed lies in expectations in box swaps. So in Disney box swaps, a lot of the times what happens, the host, they may set a budget, they may have a minimum. So maybe they might say, okay, let's do a $50 minimum for this. They may say, let's have a budget of, $75 for this. Or there might not be any budget at all, and there may be item requirements that you're, asked to get. And I think that all of those are valid. I think all of those are great ways to go. And there's no wrong way to do that. And generally not even, the host may not make that decision. The host may say, hey, guys, what kind of, swap are you looking for? How much do you want to contribute financially, or where are we at financially for this? And so, it's not just the host that can make these decisions. And I think honestly, a budget and the financial aspect is something, you know, people think about when joining swaps. They're like, okay, can I swing this month being a part of a swap, right? And here's where it can get a little tricky though. Let's say, this is a hypothetical, okay? Let's say there was a swap budget of $50. Okay, so the budget is $50. Maximum is $50. You know, it's one thing if someone spends $57, right? And then it's another thing if someone spends $200 on somebody, right? When people watch those videos, they might be like, whoa, those are two completely different box experiences. Now, let me add a little asterisk here, okay? The items, of course, are going to be different. Every person is different in terms of preferences. It also does depend on the theming of the box, if there is a box theme, or if it's just, you know, the person's favorite things. You know, I think a lot of that goes into it. And I also do think a caveat that I think does matter is that when there are high-end items or items that seem to be more expensive in a box, you know, I think we tend to think, okay, that was, we think of their retail price, right? So, you know, if it's a Loungefly bag, we're like, okay, $75 to $90. However, this is a good point to bring up, is that, you know, we don't necessarily know what price people got those items at. You know, people could have gotten them at the Character Warehouse. People could have gotten them on sale. People could have used their box lunch money. People could have used their Hot Topics cash. Hot Topics cash? I don't know if that's even, I think that's what it's called. I'm not sure. Sorry. So that is a fair point. So, you know, it may be possible that in a $50 budget that someone is able to purchase someone a Loungefly and then other items on top of it. So that is fair. But I think the problem is that if people, you know, if everyone is like, okay, we're doing a budget of 50, and then the expectations, or, you know, a lot of people go over, or maybe just some people go over, and then some people, you know, spend just 50. I think that can lead to some hurt feelings on, you know, different sides of the table. Now, I do want to say I don't have the answers, okay? And I also do want to say that if you are generous and you want to go over budget in swaps, that is so kind of you. Thank you for your generosity. Believe me, thank you. And I'm not saying that generosity is a bad thing. What I am trying to say and convey is that expectations could really make or break someone's swap experience. You know, if someone really only has $50 to spend and they said yes to a swap because they could spend $50, so they make a box that's $50, and then, you know, on the upload day, they see someone else, you know, someone got them this exquisite box with lots of items, and it's just, it's amazing. It's the most amazing box ever. That person who is financially strapped might feel, you know, really bad that they couldn't get their someone a better box. And so I'm trying to think of it from that angle. Now, I know a few of you that are really generous with your swaps and, you know, really generous with the items you get may feel that I am calling you out, and that is not at all what I'm trying to do. I'm just saying expectations. You know, I think, you know, if we're starting a swap, that the participants of the swap could say, okay, maybe we have a minimum of $50, but you know what? I like to put extra things in. Can we say, you know, maximum $100 or something like that, you know? I think that just better, you know, does expectations for the entire group, and everyone is like, okay, this is the range, you know? And then everyone can get a box based on their preferences. That is just what I feel, or a way that we can kind of get hurt feelings in box swaps. And so I want to say to those that are super generous, you know, your generosity is admirable. And if you want to spend and spoil people with Disney items with your personal money, I'm not going to tell you that you can't. You can. You absolutely can. Absolutely. I'm just saying, you know, in established swaps where there is a budget set or something like that, or we have people newer in the community who may be financially strapped, I think we just really kind of need to think about those budget expectations, because if, you know, people join a swap and they, you know it's going to be a certain limit, but then everyone is kind of like, oh, well, I really went over and I got my person this, they then may feel a lot of pressure to go and get items and they really can't afford it. And so that's why I wanted to talk about this. This is something I'm really passionate about. I'm not trying to hurt anyone's feelings. I just think that there are sometimes hurt feelings in box swaps, and people feel like they cannot participate in box swaps because of their financial situation, or because their box is not going to live up to these expectations that we have set, maybe unintentionally, with our past swap box videos. And I will admit, I have spoiled people in the past. I have gone over budgets. I went over budget in the swap that I hosted, okay? And, you know, so I'm, you know, I have done that as well. And I think it's okay if the group has agreed to it. Now, again, people may disagree with me. People may feel that I'm, you know, being rude with this video, and that's not my intention. I just genuinely think that this is something to talk about, and I'm trying to do it in the kindest way possible while also being true to myself, because this is something I'm passionate about. And this is something that people have talked to me about and said, this is also something I'm passionate about, and I want to be a voice for those people, okay? So thank you all so much for watching. I know you're all kind of sick of my live videos, but this one was a lot shorter. And again, if you don't want to watch my videos, that's okay. If I lose subscribers, that's okay. Dislikes, it's okay. Everything's great. But that's my piece, and you know, that's all that I gotta say. So I should probably get out of here. Anyways, thank you all. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.